Would you change the way you live your life if you knew the day you were going to die? Tonight, 30-year-old single rugby player Ben Pickens' life goes under the microscope. At 25 stone, he is literally the size of 2 men and now dangerously obese.
Fat man!
Stuffing himself on a mountain of junk food, smoking up to 40 a day and a capacity to drink 30 pints on a lad's night out is sending him to an early grave.
I'm happy, smiley, pissed.
Whilst Ben dreams of moving up into the second rugby team, his mates reckon his spiralling weight means his playing days are numbered.
Just concerned that obviously with the size he's at, he's not going to live that much longer.
Ben's not alone. 2/3 of UK men are now clinically obese, a killer condition known to increase the chances of cancer, heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Ben's mum, Kath, is deeply concerned.
The idea of Ben dying before me would just be too hard to contemplate, really, and particularly if it was a lifestyle thing.
As a last resort, they've brought in the experts, Dr. Adam Carey and life coach Patricia Mitchell, who will use state-of-the-art scientific research which will predict the day he may die.
I think it's going to sink in a bit later on.
Our experts have just 6 weeks to reveal to Ben and millions like him in the UK the trade secrets to add back on the years for a healthier and longer life. So just what damage has Ben done to his body from a life of excess? He's about to find out as he nears the Change the Day You Die clinic.
I don't know how to feel, to be honest, because I don't know what to expect. I was a bit nervous last night, but a bit more relaxed today.
At the clinic, he'll meet Dr. Adam Carey, nutritionist to the England rugby team, and life coach Patricia Mitchell, to be given the predicted day he may die.
I think he'll be looking at 60-ish, so it'll be interesting to see how long, really.
At the age of 30, Ben has everything to live for, but only if he completely changes the way he currently lives his life. Adam and Patricia took just one look at Ben's case file and decided to take on this supersized challenge.
Patricia, today's case is Ben. He's a 30-year-old rugby player, driving instructor from West Yorkshire. And rugby's a real passion of mine, but he is an extreme case.
I think you're absolutely right, Adam. It is the extreme nature of his behaviour that I have a problem with.
He's a big kid stuck somewhere, and I think he's going to be really difficult to dislodge.
While Phil waits in the waiting room, Ben goes in to face the experts.
Hi, Ben.
Hiya.
Do come in and have a seat.
What?
Well, firstly, thank you very much for coming to meet us today. Can you tell us why you think you're here?
I think I'm here just to try and help me get a bit healthier and fitter, and hopefully live a little bit longer as well.
Ben's shown a slice of his life on tape. Ben is a 25-stone rugby player.
You ask anyone who's big and overweight if they're happy with it, I don't think there'll be many people that say they are.
At 30 years old, he still lives at home with mum and dad, but spends most of his time out socialising with his rugby mates.
Right, it's just after 8 o'clock and we're going to go hit Bradford. I've already had about 7 pints and halfway through my first packet of fags. And now we're going to really go party, so it should be fun.
Rugby's a game full of big drinkers, but Ben hits it harder than most. On a night out, Ben can drink a massive 60 units. That's 30 pints, enough to send a smaller man rushing to casualty.
Well, I mean, he drinks as many pints as he can, then he gets as full as he can, then he moves on to bottles. After the bottles, he drinks as many of those as he can, and then he's straight onto the shots. So it's just, he fits as much as he can into that big carcass of his.
Well, I think he's on a slow suicide mission, but he just doesn't know how to change it.
I've had about 11 pints, 20 odd fags, and now we're going to go somewhere else. Batman!
Drinking isn't Ben's only vice. He smokes about 10 a day, but on a big night out, he can go through a couple of packets.
It's this coughing. It sounds like an old man, and that really, really distresses me.
Kick out 7!
He might play rugby for his local amateur team, but Ben's far from fit. The team physio fears for his health.
But potentially as well, if you're that weight and you're playing rugby, you're putting yourself at risk because you're putting a strain on your heart. You can collapse.
At the gym, he's more concerned with his biceps than his heart.
He'll then do what he calls his beach weights for his biceps, which he's always kissing on a night out as well. And then, as I say, generally talking to people.
That is not a toy. That demands respect.
It's not that Ben does anything different from his clubmates. It's just he doesn't know when to stop.
I've had too much to drink, I've had too much to smoke. I think I might get something to eat. Yeah, I love cheese. I love mayonnaise. I love cheese. I love chips. I love eating. People do care about me, which is nice. Shame I don't really care too much about myself, but I just need to kick up the arse, really.
Ben, how does watching that make you feel?
A little bit embarrassed.
Do you think your lifestyle's out of control, Ben?
I think it's stuck in a rut and it's, I can't see much change.
Can I ask you, what do you want out of your life?
I want to be happy.
What's going to make Ben happy?
I want to be nice, to settle down with a family in a house and
So you want to be married?
Yeah.
With children?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And in between where you are now, as a fat jolly giant who's not very happy, and being happy, what do you got to change?
My lifestyle, obviously.
Ben, we now need to do some basic investigations to assess the current state of your health. So what I'd like you to do is come with me into the clinical room next door so we can get those started.
Okay.
Tracy, we'll see you later. Take a deep breath in. 184.
Ben's life expectancy is calculated via a number of medical tests, including blood pressure, weight and body mass.
Your body fat is 43.6%.
Ben's BMI results should be between 18.5 and 24.9, so they are far from normal.
Half of this mass is made up of body fat.
While physical health makes a massive impact, your mental well-being plays its part as well. So Patricia analyses Ben's lifestyle.
What's been your biggest disappointment over the last 12 months?
Probably the fact that I've not been away.
What aspects of your work do you enjoy the least?
I say the dead time, the time in between lessons when you've not got any time to do anything.
For Ben, low self-esteem due to his size has decreased his life. Whilst living at home gives him a strong support network, gaining him time, not being married takes it away. The experts then use exclusive research from top American scientist Dr. Thomas Perls, who studied people who lived to 100 years old. His findings now form the calculation for Ben's life expectancy. Family medical history also plays a big part. If your parents or grandparents died from cancer or a heart attack, you dramatically increase your own chances. It's all compiled to calculate the predicted day Ben will die. In the waiting room, Phil anticipates the results.
He's a good friend. You know, to have him around, he brings light to the room when he walks in. He's the life and soul of the party. And obviously, we want to see him live as long as he can.
For 30-year-old Ben, the truth is about to be revealed.
Firstly, what I'd like you to do on that piece of card in front of you, write down the age to which you'd like to live, and then turn the card over in front of you.
Okay.
On this card, I'm going to write down the age to which you predicted to live. Now Ben, pass me your card and take mine. And leave that in front of you. So you'd like to live until you're 75?
I reckon that won't be too bad, yeah.
In a second, I'm going to ask you to turn over the card in front of you, which is going to give you the predicted age you will be when you die. Ben, would you like to turn the card over, please? What do you think about that?
I won't even be retired, will I? So it's quite young.
What's going through your mind now?
Nothing, to be honest. I'm just looking at the number.
Ben, unless you do something about your life and we start to address these problems, you have less than 25 years left to live. You're going to die before you get to your father's current age.
That was a bit of a shock, that one.
What's more, if I'm going to be specific, we can predict the day you're going to die as the 17th of August, 2029.
It's not good, is it? Gut reactions, I can't wait to start, because I'm going to definitely get to 60 at least.
Ben, I think you should take that card and go and see Phil and start to have a think about some of the things we've said.
Okay, will do.
Thank you very much.
All right, cheers, thanks.
So where did all the years go? An average healthy male can live to 85, so counting down, Ben's diet of high fats and refined carbohydrates took off 5 potential years. Obesity and the history of diabetes and heart attacks in his family could have cost him a massive 9 years. Lifestyle factors like poor sleep patterns and stress account for a further possible 3 years. And if you live in a built-up urban area, pollution can also count against you. But for Ben, his biggest problem area is his binge drinking and smoking, which cost 14 potential years, leaving Ben with a predicted life expectancy of 54.
What's it, Dad?
54.
54? God. We thought longer than that, didn't we?
You right, bud?
About time we did something about it, innit? You know you got all your mates behind you. Hey?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely going to give it the best shot, mate.
Yeah. You've got to do it. People have been telling you for ages now. But no one... Just not even I thought 54. I didn't think that young. Oh well. Still shocked, aren't you?
I just can't stop looking at it for some reason. Let it sink in a bit.
It's now up to the Change the Day You Die experts to help add back those years.
As head of nutrition for the England rugby squad, I don't think I've ever met an unhealthier player in my entire professional life. Ben represents my biggest challenge yet.
Like many obese people, Ben's very self-conscious. I have some surprises in store to build up his shattered self-confidence.
He smokes 10 to 20 a day, so I want him to stop before he joins the 5 million worldwide who die from lighting up their cancer sticks.
I want to push him out of the nest, get him to stop acting like a baby and get a life.
Still to come on Change the Day You Die, Ben's family bring out the home truths.
I haven't had enough money to move out.
Oh, you haven't wanted to?
Yeah, I have wanted to.
All his excuses go up in flames.
You smoked it, you drank it, and you ate it.
Patricia pushes Ben further than he wants to go.
I've had 20 minutes in my kitchen with her, and then suddenly she thinks that I'm someone whose mum wipes his ass for him. You can't just move out like that. That's why people end up in the street, because they just move out like that.
And the experts will open their treasure chest of advice that will keep Ben on this planet longer. 25 stone rugby mad Ben has just been told that potentially he could die at the age of just 54.
I just can't stop looking at it for some reason. Let it sink in a bit.
He wanted to live until he was 75, but obesity, binge drinking and smoking mean his life could be over in just 24 years' time. Being 12 stone overweight, Ben is literally the size of 2 men, and his obesity is taking 14 possible years off his life.
Half of this mass is made up of body fat.
The experts have just 6 weeks to attempt to add back those years. It's week 1, and time for Dr. Adam Carey's first home visit.
Being 12 stone overweight, Ben's body's starting to fall to pieces. He's destroying his joints and damaging every organ in his body, and I'm here today to get that message across.
Adam needs to get Ben to sit up and listen. Perhaps the reality of how his extreme weight affects his game will do the trick.
So, 3 self-looking creatures here, ready to train with you. Go.
Adam starts by seeing how fast Ben is compared to his clubmates. Given his extra bulk, it's no wonder Ben is lagging behind.
Excellent. Yeah, you're running 100 metres in between sort of 12.5 and 13.5 seconds. Not bad. Pretty good.
The extra 12 stone Ben carries around is split between 3 sacks, and each of the boys does the run again.
Here we go. This, if they carried on training like this, would destroy them. First thing it would destroy is their joints, because they're putting all that extra weight through their hips and their knees.
Even with just a third of Ben's excess
19,
body weight on their backs,
20.
the lads struggle to get close to their original times.
Last time you were doing in between 12 and 13.5 seconds, now you're doing about 17.5 to 18.5 seconds.
Ben's weight isn't only slowing him down on the pitch. The fat he's carrying isn't just on the outside, it's also suffocating his vital organs.
This is you.
Yeah.
When the bags are emptied, the weight they've been carrying is lard. Ben's excess body fat weighs over 3 times what each of the boys was carrying. And he doesn't just carry that weight around for short sprints. For Ben, this is a burden he carries with him every moment of his life.
It's all here, mate. How does it make you feel?
Not very nice. Against another view of me from the outside.
We didn't realise what we were carrying around till it was emptied out, and you're just like, oh my God. And that's what sort of Benji's carrying around, and you're thinking that's not a good state of affairs, really, to be honest with you.
When your head's on top of your body, you don't really look at your body all the time, do you? So yeah, it's a lot of the stuff I've actually seen is the most shocking thing.
He's right to be shocked. With half his body weight to lose in total, changing Ben's diet is Adam's priority at this stage. Adam's diet plan is based on the glycemic index, or GI diet, which controls the speed at which sugars are released into your bloodstream. The good foods are brown bread, porridge, vegetables and wholemeal pasta. But beware of low GI foods which are high in fat, like crisps, whole-fat milk and chocolate. This diet helps to stop those hunger pangs and cravings between meals. Adam hopes this new diet will break the vicious cycle of Ben's appalling eating habits, which started in his childhood. He was a skinny kid until he hit 6 years old. That's when he started piling on the pounds. By 12, he was 12 stone, and teasing at school just made him get bigger and bigger.
He was very skinny when he was born, and as a young child he was quite thin. I think he started to gain weight when he was starting to have a little bit more control over his own diet. His friends around him at that time were thin and are still thin, so it was just following what they did, but he was the one who gained the weight.
But Ben's weight continued to spiral, and by the time he was 20, he had reached 20 stone.
For the last 10 years I've been worried about Ben, and it's very frustrating because Ben doesn't seem to be worried about Ben. So you go through a whole cycle of, I'm really worried about my brother, he doesn't seem to be doing anything with his life, he just seems to be getting more and more unhealthy. And then you get really angry, it's like, why should I worry when even he's not worried?
After college, he flitted from job to job, but finally qualified as a driving instructor a year ago.
I'm happy now because I've just recently qualified for a new job and things like that, but deep down, I'm not totally happy. Not too much. I look at friends and quite jealous of what they've got and would like to be like that. All my mates are confident, that they know they're good looking, they know they've got decent bodies, whereas I don't have that kind of confidence in myself.
Ben's low self-esteem is taking a year off his life expectancy, so Adam's diet should make him feel a whole lot better soon.
Big thing I overdose on is pasta on an evening with a nice, probably creamy sauce as well. Which is all totally wrong, all food of the devil nowadays to me. I would love to look at myself and like it, but at the moment I'm not, so I want to do something about that.
So he does. The next morning, on Adam's instruction, he's at the gym first thing, working up a sweat. Just 30 minutes on a cross trainer will burn off about 400 calories.
Just done 20 minutes on the cross trainer, as quick as I can. Now I'm going to do 25 minutes on the bike. I'm going to keep going at it.
Adam wants Ben to attend the gym before breakfast 5 times a week, which kickstarts the metabolism and burns fat. At each session, Ben needs to raise his heart rate for at least 30 minutes on the rowing machine, cross trainer or the treadmill. With regular exercise and diet, a man of Ben's size should lose 4 to 6 pounds a week. For people of a smaller frame, 1 to 2 pounds is a safer loss. At 30 years old, Ben still lives at home, even though his sister moved out at the tender age of 18 and now has a family of her own.
The reason why I haven't moved out is because I hadn't had enough money to move out.
Oh, you haven't wanted to?
Yeah, I have wanted to.
You just never seem to have that desire like I did.
But I did, but I never just showed it like you did.
Right.
You just lose a bit of respect off people when you're still 30 and living at home with mummy and daddy kind of thing. So, and it's always nice to invite people back, but when you say we can't come back because my mum and dad are in bed.
Only 8% of the adult population aged between 30 and 34 live at home. Ben's one of them. I think it's time he cut the apron strings and grew up. I know he's full of excuses. What he doesn't know is I don't take no for an answer. This is your bedroom. How long in this room?
20 odd years.
Looking at your room, this is very much a boy, a kid who lives with his parents. This is not about a 30-year-old bloke who's setting out into the world and looking for a woman to enhance his life. I've got a term for you, it's called Abelard. You're an adult baby living at home.
Yeah, no, it's not good.
Ben hates being called a baby, but at 30 years old, 92% of young adults have climbed out from their mother's wing and flown the nest.
I think he lacks probably a bit of insight into how okay it would be if he left. And probably he's probably not that confident. I mean, he comes over as confident, but he's probably not that confident about coping on his own.
Ben, you're going to have to explain to me what it is that keeps you at home.
I hadn't had enough money to be able to move out and to look after myself and stuff.
I think that's a load of rubbish, personally. Every month, you spend £168 on cigarettes. 376 quid on your alcohol consumption a month. 120 quid a month on junk food. And you haven't got any money.
Patricia takes Ben outside to show him what he could have bought with his money.
We've got here an absolutely beautiful 2-bedroom first floor apartment.
Patricia shows Ben a selection of properties he could have now been living in if he hadn't eaten, drunk and smoked his money away.
You smoked it, you drank it, and you ate it.
Ben's gluttony has seen him squander money he could have used to gain independence.
They're all now going up in smoke. Take a good look at that. What do you want? The reality or the flames?
The reality.
I've got some reality for you. I want you to go upstairs. I want you to pack your bag. You've got 5 minutes. You're moving out.
What? Where?
You'll find out in a minute. Go and pack your bags. You said everything's on the floor. It's waiting for you. Just chuck it in a bag.
That's not everything. It's just in the wash.
After 30 years at home, Ben's reluctant to leave, but Patricia isn't giving him a choice.
Does my mum know I'm moving out? Yeah. No wonder she was so happy. I'm shocked. I'm just like... It's not fair. My mind's not set. You can't just move out like that. That's why people end up in the street, because they just move out like that and they're not ready for it. So I wanted to move out when I was ready to move out, not when someone tells me to move out.
Patricia's worried that still living in his childhood home is holding Ben back. She hopes that a change of scene will prompt a shift in him. Patricia is adamant that a couple of weeks living with his nominator, Phil, will force Ben to stand on his own 2 feet.
Here we are. Your new home.
Right.
You're here for 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Bloody hell, it's freezing.
Patricia's moved him out of home, but will these shock tactics have the desired effect?
I've had 20 minutes in my kitchen with her, and then suddenly she thinks that I'm someone whose mum wipes his arse for him, who has everything done, who's gets all his ironing, cooking, cleaning, and all that lot done for him, which is not true. I'd see myself as quite an independent person.
This is my form of a halfway house, to give Ben the opportunity to make informed decisions for his future.
If they come up and keep saying to me that I'm a bloody big fat baby, then I'll start believing that, and then I'll just go back into that cocoon. Well, if these 2 specialists think I'm a big fat baby, then why not? You know what I mean? I just hope that they're going to come up and actually... I'm trying my hardest here, and it is hard work. And I just hope that they're going to see that. I want them to see that I am putting the work in.
Ben's sticking to the GI diet like a disciple, but he's in for some stick from the lads.
Be very afraid, Benji.
Yeah, we'll let you settle in for the first night.
Yeah.
It all starts here.
Uncle Spenner is away.
Uncle Fester.
Spenner's back. Prepare yourself for pain.
Ben started out at 25 stone. Last week, he only lost 2.5 pounds. This week, Adam's hoping for a much bigger loss.
Please step on the scales. So today you weigh 336 pounds.
Not bad, is it?
That's nearly 18 pounds loss in 2 weeks. What do you think about that?
I'm pleased with that, yeah. Never ever, like, in one diet lost a full stone, so yeah, it's brilliant.
A loss of 1 stone in just 1 week is a great result for someone Ben's size. But if you're smaller, a weight loss of 1 to 2 pounds is a safer target. But although obesity is a major contributing factor to premature death, smoking is an even greater threat. So Adam wants Ben to meet someone who might push him towards quitting for good. 51-year-old Janice smoked for 20 years and destroyed her lungs in the process. She now has to be attached to an oxygen supply almost all the time and can't even dress or wash herself unaided.
Well, I've got COPD, which is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which is relatively due to smoking when I was younger. Sort of ignored the warnings of the smoker's cough and, recurring chest infections and until I started getting breathless. It got so bad that I ended up with oxygen at home and had to give up work because of it. Whichever way you look at it, it's a drug and they're an awful thing. You should stop now because you think it's just that smoker's cough and I'll stop when I want to stop. And if you can do it now. And it's a new lease of life for you.
How did you find when you went out to pubs and stuff?
I took it as a challenge, to be honest. I mean, a little thing like that you stick in your mouth, thin as a pencil, and that rules your life. Who's the stronger? Have something to show for your money instead of a pile of ash and a bad set of lungs.
All right. James, thank you very much.
Lovely meeting you.
Okay.
Nice to see you.
Ben?
Cheers.
And you, Ben. You do it.
Right, cheers.
Ben's promised to stop smoking soon, but after what he's seen today, Adam's hoping that Ben will stop right now.
What are you scared of?
I'm not scared of it, no. I was just...
What are you scared of?
Well,
Hey,
I'm
big
not
man.
scared of
What
it.
are you scared of, eh? Hey?
I'm not, don't, that hurts.
You're not scared of it. You can do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So when's it going to be?
It's going to be today then, obviously.
Today.
Last day at Phil's house. With Adam today over to Warrington to see a really nice lady who's probably got tubes. There's a ventilator to breathe with. Wasn't very nice. I've had 1 cigarette today, which was first thing this morning. Haven't had anything else. Bought myself some patches. I'm going to use them tomorrow. It's going to be tough tomorrow, but I've kick-started it going, so I'm quite happy with that.
During the time Ben spent at Phil's, he really seems to have taken the programme seriously. Despite the boys' antics, he's stuck to Adam's diet.
Me and Neil both say we're actually surprised by his progress. He does seem to be losing weight.
Extra cheese.
We tried to tempt him. Not last night, the night before. Neil had a pizza and was putting it in front of his nose, but now we didn't have any of it.
Ben's managed to exercise 5 times a week and stuck to the wine and soda when out. He's even occasionally had an early night.
This is the first time in probably a couple of years on a Saturday night I've been in before midnight.
Ben's doing really well. Smoking's the last of his battles. With his weight loss and increased fitness, Ben's confidence is looking up. And this seems to be having the desired effect on the ladies. The 2 weeks are up and Ben's moved back home. Hopefully the experience has helped him grow as an adult.
Oh yeah, you alright?
Fine, how are you?
Not too bad. I'm hungry. I'm hungry, I haven't had a cigarette for a day and I'm just...
All right,
I'm miserable. You what?
Ben leaving home has been a turning point. I think it's made him realise that life could be very different if he had the confidence to simply bite the bullet.
But did a new environment, including laddish pranks, enable Ben to grow up?
I want to show you something that I think is really interesting to have a look at, and I'd like to get your feedback, having seen it, for what you think about it.
It's nice to have somebody, we can bully.
And a bully.
Yeah, we could just do that.
I'm going through a hard time at the moment as it is. Don't make it worse.
Not just Bermuda shorts, it's the whole of Bermuda.
Thanks for your support, guys. Appreciate it.
Didn't you used to ask him to refry the chicken when he went to KFC? So you're extra fat.
Friends like these, who needs enemies, eh?
Well, you kind of took the words out of my mouth then.
I'd be offended if it was someone I didn't know. You know what I mean? We take the mick out of, I'll take the mick out of them at certain things, you know what I mean? It's...
Interestingly enough, you weren't acting like a baby there at all. In fact, far from it, you were the most mature one in that room.
All right.
So Abler no longer. A more mature Ben is ready to tackle anything. Ben's getting fitter, faster and more agile on the pitch.
Ben has done extremely well. He's changed his diet, his lifestyle, he's started exercising more, he's even stopped smoking.
Now Adam wants to find out from Pretz, the team manager, if Ben is any closer to his dream of playing for the second team at his local rugby club.
Do you see him moving better now?
Massively.
You're going to start to see the benefits, not just now and this week and so forth, but over the next 2 or 3 months as he is able to run. And sooner or later, he's going to find himself in positions that he's not used to being in. And gradually, you know, his confidence will...
There's a big, strong boy under that frame.
Absolutely. You've got to be strong to carry all that around.
He's definitely lighter-footed, but with his diet and obesity stripping 14 years from his life, has he managed to lose more weight?
So when we last weighed you, you were 336 pounds. And what are you today?
327. 27 pounds, isn't it?
Yeah? So it's a pound off 2 stone. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Not bad? Not bad?
That's all right then, yeah, it's good.
2 stone lighter, and Adam thinks it's time to set Ben a challenge.
I think you've been making absolutely superb progress. So I've got a bit of a challenge for you to play for your second team for a whole match.
I'll try my best. So it's not up to me, is it? So it's up to what I do, exactly.
It's up to you to demonstrate that you're worthy of the position.
He's done well so far, but there's a long way to go if he wants to seriously add back the years. Coming up in part 3, Patricia shows him how to click with the ladies.
Well, he's got a nice smile, hasn't he?
Will he pass the fitness test and get to play with the seconds at his local rugby club?
Go on, let's go, Max!
And have all those tips from the experts increased his life expectancy of just 54?
I'd like to think he's put 10 years on that.
It's been 4 weeks since 25 stone Ben Pickin found out that unless he makes major changes, he wouldn't make it past 54, let alone his wish to live until 75.
Well, it's sinking a bit.
So far, Ben's moved out of home,
I wanted to move out when I was ready to move out, not when someone tells me to move out.
grown up a little and lost 2.5 stone,
Never ever, like, in one diet lost the full stone.
given up smoking and cut back on his excessive binge drinking.
This is the first time in probably a couple of years on a Saturday night I've been in before midnight.
The experts now have just 2 weeks to gain back the years and help him achieve his dream of playing for the second team at his local club. His obesity has not only affected his game, it's also taken 9 potential years off his life. So to claim back those years, Adams pulled some strings and landed Ben a training session with professionals at the Premiership side Leeds Tykes.
Come on, 3 more. Remember, it's a goalie. You'll be saving in the top corner. Back nice and straight.
After a gruelling warm-up, Ben's ready to test his mettle.
Relax and just breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth.
He's going to do the test used to determine if a player's fit enough to play as a professional. So if this amateur can do it, playing with the seconds should be a doddle.
You get 6 30-second maximal efforts on the rower with 30 seconds recovery between each one. Right, the idea is that the total of all 6 comes to 1,000 metres or more. If you get 1,000 metres, you can join us tomorrow.
This is a genuine challenge for Ben. 6 weeks ago, he could hardly run down the pitch. Now he's fit enough to give this test a real go.
Go! Come on, really forward, let's move it! That's better, come on!
Adam and the coach are there to encourage him all the way.
Up the effort! 3, 2, and stop, that's awesome!
Maybe it's the audience, but Ben's trying really hard.
Go on, let's go, Max!
As rowing machines involve the arms, torso and legs, they're not only a great exercise for the heart, they also provide a full-body workout. Interval training is safe for most regular gym goers, but if you're unsure of your fitness levels, check with your GP. Working out in short, intensive spurts of 30 to 50 seconds, then resting, then repeating, effectively burns fat for the next 24 hours. This is due to working to 90 to 95% of your maximum heart rate. Your maximum heart rate is calculated by taking your age off 220 beats per minute. So if you're 30 like Ben, your max would be 190. Ben's managed 950 metres. That's just 50 metres short of the standard these professional rugby players would expect to get to. With this level of fitness, surely Ben's got what it takes to move up to the second team on his local side.
I think he's got above average fitness now. If he keeps getting rid of that body fat, his fitness will improve.
From his inside, you can tell that he really wants to be fit. He's lost 2 stone already, and I'm sure he's going to be under his 20 stone target in the next 2 or 3 months.
He's obviously, working really hard in the gym. He's sounds like he's cutting back on the alcohol as well. All those things are going to make a massive difference.
That's one of the hardest exercises I've done. You haven't got them ice baths here, have you?
Yeah, you have.
I don't want one.
That's the best thing you need.
Ben's become a star pupil. And if he continues to lose weight and do regular exercise, 6 years or more could be added to his life. With his emerging new look, Patricia hopes that he can see that he's not the man he once was.
Ben's been the big guy in the group all his life, and as a result, he's been teased all his life. I'm about to show him that being successful with the ladies is all about confidence and attitude, not just good looks.
To illustrate her point, she shows Ben how the ladies of Bradford reacted to his picture.
I think his smile the most attractive feature.
It's a big teddy bear, isn't it?
Well, he's got a nice smile, hasn't he? I'm attracted to fun, outgoing people. He looks like he's a bit of a laugh.
I think he looks like a kind boyfriend, so I think he'd make someone a lovely boyfriend.
There you go. That's what people thought about you. How does that feel to hear that?
Not bad, is it?
I think it's really good.
They all mentioned me smile, didn't they?
You have got a lovely smile. For a long period of time, you have seen yourself as the big fat bloke, and you're not anymore. And I don't want you to almost stereotype yourself into that role, because I think what we're seeing is somebody who is metamorphosizing from a boy into a man. And I think you need to update a few things in the way in which you approach going out and the way in which you approach the dating scene in order for you to maximise your potential.
To help Ben see himself differently, Patricia has arranged an appointment with a stylist. She thinks that he has gone from a boy to a man, and it's time to give him a makeover to suit his smaller frame.
He's nearly 30. I want him to have a more sophisticated image.
The stylist shows him exactly where he's been going wrong.
This kind of stone-washed area here would just really highlight your bum.
Patricia's helping Ben to find a new outfit that will show off his new physique.
I love the simplicity of it, and yet the fact that it's not sportswear and yet casual, that looks great.
It feels just a little tight, that's all. It just feels, because I'm used to wearing big baggy stuff. I think that's why.
I think this slims you down.
Pull it down again.
I think that's the outfit for you.
Cool.
Image will add years to his life expectancy, and if he gets a lady to waltz up the aisle, he's looking at adding another year.
He looks great tonight. It's a trendy haircut, isn't it?
He's vastly improved. He looks not over trendy, but he looks a nice guy. He looks middle of the road trendy guy. Yeah, he looks great.
He looks very gorgeous! Compared to what he was before, he was absolutely fantastic. He looks brilliant compared.
It seems the new streamlined Ben is a hit. His confidence has never been higher, and after 30 years, he's finally decided to fly the nest.
He's moving in with us soon, so I'm sure that me and Pete will keep him on his toes and keep him going out. Hopefully he'll help me lose some weight myself and keep fit as well.
Looking forward to it, really am looking forward to it. It's what I've needed to do. I'm doing it. So everything, like I say, is going in the right direction at the moment.
It's all change for Ben, but has it added back the years? Well, today's the day he'll find that out. But first, Ben's about to be told if he's fit enough to fulfil his dream of playing for the second team.
Ben has taken on the challenge of Change the Day You Die 100%. I'm looking forward to seeing him step out onto that pitch, a more mature man ready to take on the challenges of his future.
Oh, I think it's probably been Ben's ambition to get into Team 2 for a long time. I don't ever think he thought it was possible.
If
good team out.
He's bound to improve his performance. He needs to be a bit faster, and he'll be more confident with it as well. And he's loved rugby since he was knee-high to a grasshopper, so this will be really positive for him.
Think about it, boy.
Transfer some of that work you've been doing in the gym onto the field, all right? Come on.
But Pretz, the manager, is still not prepared to take a full risk on Ben and puts him on the substitute bench. Ben's going to have to wait to see if he gets his big chance to play today or not. 20 minutes before the end of the match, Ben's number is called and it's showtime.
4 weeks ago, Ben struggled to run 100 metres. His smoking and alcohol were absolutely killing him. It's been a dream of his to play for the Seconds, and today, he's finally achieved it.
He's done well on the pitch, but what difference do his friends and family think he's made to his predicted life expectancy?
Was 54. I'd like to think he's put 10 years on that.
79. 70, 71. As long as it's longer than mine, that'll be fine.
So in reality, what will his new life expectancy be? Well, it's up to the experts to work that out.
Looking across Ben's new data, there's no doubt he succeeded where others might have failed.
And to me, his newfound independence is key to him taking this process on board and sticking to it in the future.
He's lost more weight than I would have expected, but stopping smoking has added 7 years to his life expectancy.
That's brilliant.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Ben, thank you very much for coming tonight. We're absolutely delighted with your progress. I think today was superb. Everyone was massively proud of you. But today, unfortunately, there's somebody who can't be with you. And we have a few other messages from a few folk who care about you. So just up here, just like you to turn around and we'll get those for you.
All the best, Ben, on Saturday. Hope everything goes well. It seems like you're working really hard. The guys are really impressed. Keep it going.
Hi Ben, on behalf of all the Leeds Tykes, you really impressed us, mate. I thought your attitude was fantastic. You proved us all wrong, so I think your life expectancy, rather than it being 55, it should be 105. So keep up the good work, mate, and we'll see you for a pint when you're fit enough to have a few with us.
Hi Benji. Benji, sorry we can't be there today, mate. Would have loved to be in there, but unfortunately we've got a big game down in Leicester, and hopefully you're going to win in the future.
We're so proud of you, mate. You've taken one for the boys, and wish you all the best for the future, mate, as well.
Just to let you know, Benji, obviously we can't be there with you today, but we'll definitely be there for you in the future. You've done really well, and let's see you lose, a load more weight.
Excellent. So there's a huge number of people out there who do care about you and care about your progress. In a minute, we're going to be able to reveal your new life expectancy. Over the course of the last 6 weeks, you've changed things dramatically. When we first met you, your life expectancy was only 54 years. We're now in a position to give you your new life expectancy. Guys, can we bring on the new life expectancy? When you're ready, gentlemen. 76 years. $76 years, not bad. How long did you want to live for?
I put 75 down on the first one, didn't I?
You've already got an extra year on top of that. If you continue going, Ben, you're not only going to surpass 76 years, you might make it from the seconds to the first team as well. Who knows?
Yo!
All right.
Cheers.
That's 22 years. It's massive. Absolutely massive. I think he's done really well.
That's amazing. That's over 20 years in 6 weeks, so you can't get better than that, really, can you?
Wow. Wow. Yeah, brilliant. Unbelievably brilliant, I think, yeah. To put all that many years on your life is just awesome.
Quite surprised at that many years I've done, so happy about that, but still the work's got to carry on. It's not going to stop there.
So how did Ben potentially claw back those years? From his original predicted life expectancy of 54, Ben's weight loss has added 6 possible years. His new look has dramatically increased his self-esteem, accounting for 1 year. His new medical test results, including a negative for diabetes, gained him back an estimated 6 years. And finally, giving up smoking and significantly reducing his alcohol intake gave him back a predicted 9 years. Ben has potentially added 22 years to his life.
When I first met Ben, I wasn't 100% sure whether or not he was going to be able to seize the opportunity that had been handed him. I am so delighted to say that he has absolutely embraced what has been given to him, and he's seen it through with complete commitment.
He's been absolutely spectacular. For a guy who could not run, smoked, and was dying of alcohol abuse, he has completely changed. As a rugby player, I'm hugely proud of him. See him out on the pitch today? Just blew you away. He's got a real future if you can stay with the programme.
So there he is, a slimmer, fitter, happier, healthier Ben than just 6 weeks ago. He's stopped smoking, cut down on his drinking and lost 2.5 stone. He's grown from a 30-year-old child living at home to a well-dressed, well-rounded man. Would you change the way you live your life if you knew the day you were going to die? Tonight, 20-stone firefighter Russell Ward's life goes under the microscope. He may be a hero, saving lives every week, but his binge drinking and eating habits may be killing him. His obesity has already given him diabetes, and now he's a heart attack waiting to happen. Wife Jackie is running scared.
He's my best mate, he's my husband. To think that I could lose him.
She's right to be worried. Every 3 minutes in the UK, a British adult dies from coronary heart disease. Russell could be next.
You know, whether he's thin or fat, he's still going to be lovely, but I want him to be here a long time.
In desperation, Jackie's brought in our experts who use revolutionary scientific research to predict the day you die.
And on that piece of card, it's going to give you the predicted age that you're going to die.
Our experts have just 6 weeks to show Russell and millions like him in the UK the trade secrets of how to add back on the years for a healthier, longer life. It's reckoning day for 42-year-old Russell. Just what price will he have to pay for years of comfort eating, binge drinking, stress and lack of exercise?
I'm holding my nerves together well. I'll have to see when I get there, but I'm really anxious about the year that they give me. You know, that's the main thing that I want to learn. I want to know basically what year they predict I'm going to die.
Russell and Jackie are on their way to the Change the Day You Die clinic, where they will meet the experts Dr. Adam Carey, nutritionist to the England rugby team, and life coach Patricia Mitchell, who are both concerned.
22% of premature deaths in men are caused by heart attacks, and if Russell doesn't change, his name's going to appear next on the list.
They will evaluate Russell's health and lifestyle in order to predict his life expectancy.
I am worried about what they're going to say. You know, if they say, yeah, carry on as you are and you live till you're 90, that's fine. But I don't think they will say that.
Adam and Patricia took one look at Russell's case files and selected him on the spot.
His eating that's changed over the last 5 years as he's not been able to cope with what's going on.
Yeah. To find out more, they watch a short film about his life. Russell lives with wife Jackie and her 2 sons in Coleshill, Warwickshire. He's respected by the community and adored by his friends and family.
He's a good lad. Well, I think he's a good lad. And I love him to bits.
If I lost him soon, I'd be absolutely devastated.
As a firefighter, he is a man who faces the possibility of death on a daily basis. It's a tough and demanding job.
He's very overstressed. I mean, you can really see it in his face some days. Just try and bottle it up, but no, it is coming out a lot. He's very stressed.
We would like to see him lose some weight, see him calm down a bit and stop drinking so heavily.
Russell turns to binge drinking, sinking 10 pints in one session, and eating junk food to cope with his stress. Jackie's part of the downward spiral.
I feel very guilty that he's put this weight on, you know. They say to get to a man's heart through his stomach, so I must truly love you.
He's now 20 stone, and his obesity has given him diabetes. If he doesn't change, Jackie's life could be torn apart.
I've only just got him. I've only had him 7 years. You know, I wouldn't like to lose him. And the devastation on the family would be awful, awful. If I thought he was only going to last another 10 years, I'd be devastated.
You've got to have somebody who wants to do this, and if you don't want to do this, there's no point in coming to see us, but if you want to do this, then I'm sure we can give them the steps that are going to help.
Hiya.
Hello.
Russell. I'm Adam.
Hi, Adam.
I'm Patricia. Lovely to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you at last.
Hi, Russell.
Come have a seat.
Thank you.
So Russell, surely this is more than being just about fitness. Isn't this about choosing whether you're going to live or die?
Most definitely, yeah. I'm gobsmacked. I've got to this point where I don't want other people worrying about me. High blood pressure's gone up. That's upset me more than anything because the high blood pressure. And my dad as well, he's had a heart attack quite young. I think he was about 56 when he had his. And I thought, I don't want to be there. I don't want to have a heart attack. And at the moment, I look at the mirror and I think, Mr. Heart Attack here.
There were some bits in the film there, talking about work and how it gets to you. Just describe to us what a really bad day at work is like.
You go to a road traffic accident and the guy's just driving along. Next thing you know, he's wiped out. You know, he's not there. There's things like kiddie seats in the back, children asking why their parents aren't coming in the ambulance with them, just stuff like that. It just eats you alive, you know. Sometimes there are multiple fatalities, you know.
So that's a lot of grim scenes.
Yeah, a lot of.
We need to go away now and organise to do a few investigations. We have a few calculations to do, and then we're going to give you the day that you're going to die.
I think my hairs have gone up on the back of my neck now.
Okay, let's go find out.
Russell's put through a series of medical tests to measure his blood pressure, heart rate and cholesterol levels. Normal blood pressure is 120/80. Russell's is alarmingly high at 185/100, which doubles his chance of a heart attack.
Okay, well done, well done. Excellent.
But it's not just his medical status that's taken into account. His lifestyle is also scrutinised.
What strikes me immediately about Russell's lifestyle is that stress affects every part of his life. Just in terms of stress affecting his sleep pattern, he's lost 2 years of his life expectancy.
The experts use a life expectancy calculator devised by top US scientist Dr. Pearls, who studied people who lived until 100. Understandably, outside the clinic, it's an anxious wait for Jackie.
I'm expecting any age. You know, you're half preparing yourself for it, but I just don't know.
For 42-year-old Russell, it's the moment of truth.
What I'd like you to do is to kindly write down on that piece of card the age to which you'd like to live, and then turn it over. On this card, I'm going to write down the predicted age at which you're going to die. What I'd like you to do is to pass me that card and to leave this one in front of you. So Russell, you'd like to live until you're 82, at least.
Yep.
What are you going to do with all those extra years of life?
Well, I retired quite early, so I wouldn't mind retiring somewhere nice and quaint by the coast, little cottage somewhere, just so that I can wake up to the smell of sea and the sound of seagulls, really.
In a second, I'd like you to turn that piece of card over. And on that piece of card, it's going to give you the predicted age that you're going to die.
Russell, will you turn the card over, please?
That's pants, innit? See, if I went a fireman, I wouldn't even be retired, would I?
The predicted day that you're going to die is the 5th of May, 2025. I'm not going to tell you what to do. This is your life, it's your lifestyle, you choose. But you can choose to increase your life expectancy if you're prepared to do something about it. And you need to remember, this is not just about the length of your life, it's also about the quality of your life.
Okay.
All sounds a bit grim today, but in 6 weeks' time, I promise it's all going to be worth it.
Okay. Do it.
I think there's somebody you better go and talk to, isn't there?
Yeah, she's going to be very happy, is she? Okay.
We'll see you later.
So where did all the years go? An average healthy male can live to 85, so counting down from there, obesity due to an unhealthy diet may cost Russell 6 years. High blood pressure, diabetes and history of heart attacks in the family may cost him a further 7 years. Sporadic binge drinking, lack of exercise and his attitude towards life can take off another 4 years. And stress levels due to his job as a fireman could cost him 6 years, leaving Russell with a predicted life expectancy of 62.
I feel shit, man. Right. Very good.
Only 62.
I didn't know what it was going to be honest. But you said earlier you'd be really shocked if it was under 65. And then when you actually see it written down, it makes it real, doesn't it?
Unless Russell wants an untimely death in just 20 years, he should listen to the expert's advice.
My prescription for Russell will involve a new diet and using his main weapon against fighting the flab, exercise.
What most people don't realise is that spending just 5 to 10 minutes a day relaxing can significantly change their attitude towards their life.
I'll be getting rid of the junk food and sugary snacks, which are a killer in the general population, let alone someone like Russell, who's a diabetic.
I want to give Russell a glimpse of the future to show him that his dream retirement will not happen unless he changes.
If you, like Russell, think that drinking 10 pints of beer is a great way to relieve stress, unfortunately, you couldn't be more mistaken.
Sound advice for anyone, but can Russell rise to the challenge? Coming up in part 2, Russell shouts out his stress demons.
Stop it all, I was right!
And the experts reveal how to regain the years. But then temptation gets the better of him.
Rock and roll.
And reality is hard to take. For 42-year-old firefighter Russell Ward, saving lives is all in a day's work, but he's putting his own life at risk. Binge drinking and comfort eating have caused obesity and diabetes. Coronary heart disease could be next. He's just been told that his excessive lifestyle could kill him at 62 if he doesn't change.
I feel shit, man.
The experts have just 6 weeks to help Russell get back the lost years so he can fulfill his dream of retiring to the coast. But has Russell got what it takes? Dr. Adam Carey, one of the UK's leading experts in sports science, is making his first visit to get Russell on track to change the predicted day he dies.
Obviously, Russell's biggest problem is he's 7 stone overweight. His obesity is taking 6 years off his life expectancy. So today, I want to tackle his excessive drinking and make dramatic changes to his diet.
With his diabetes in mind, number 1 on his priority list is tackling Russell's binge drinking.
You don't drink at all for 5 or 6 days at a time. And then, when you go out,
you like to have a drink, when you have a drink, will be 10 pints of beer.
This boozy lineup has 2,500 calories, a man's entire daily calorie intake in alcohol alone. And that's not the only problem.
In this amount of beer, we have a little bit of sugar. And if you were to guess how much sugar you might have, that's how much sugar is in all of this beer that you're drinking. Now I'm going to put in here exactly how much sugar a diabetic should be taking in a week. This is diabetes. This is health.
No, that's quite a lot of sugar in it, that.
Russell's allowed alcohol, there's no ban. Adam recommends no more than 3 units a day, but not every day. His weekly maximum is 21 units. Russell should also swap beer for wine, as it has less calories and sugar. Next, it's Russell's diet.
Russell, unfortunately, this is a typical week shop in your household. And what I can see just at a glance is it's full of refined carbohydrates, sweets, chocolates, confectionaries, all manner of salty snack foods, oven chips, pizzas, processed cheese, together with ice creams and a large helping of alcohol. So Russell, what do you like about these foods so much?
They all taste quite nice, sweet.
It's that sweet taste.
Yeah, it's just, I just enjoy eating it, you know. It's just, especially at night, I'll eat a bar of chocolate watching the telly at night and stuff. And no problem at all.
Big problem for me, and it needs to become a big problem for you. You're currently overweight, and one of the things that we know is that people get fat because they eat too much fat. And not only are these products all full of refined carbohydrates, they're also very high in fat. Being obese kills 30,000 people in this country every single year, so getting the fat right is going to be very important.
Adam's diet for Russell is simple. 3 low-fat meals a day because little and often speeds up your metabolism. Also cut out sugary snacks and reduce starchy carbohydrate, especially at night, as your metabolic rate slows down after 8 p.m.
If you have any problems, you've got my telephone number 24/7, so I don't want any excuses. But you need to do this yourself. You need to get rid of this rubbish, you need to sit down and speak with Jackie, sort it out, and move on from here. Do you think you can do this?
Yeah, I'll give it a go. I need to do it, don't I? Looking at this and my health as well.
Russell's diet might have changed, but the pressures at work haven't.
You don't get used to death, it's impossible. You cannot get used to it. You become accustomed to it and you become aware of it, but you don't get used to it. But the worst part, I don't like to see injuries and fatalities. It really, really upsets me. Physically, it makes me ill. I come home and I just don't ever want to go back again.
I had a shit day, absolutely shit day.
Along with obesity, stress is a major contributing factor to heart disease. Russell's escalating stress levels at work are putting his life at risk. Reducing those stress levels is Patricia's top priority.
Today, I'm going to work with him on his stress levels on the job, and then afterwards, I'm going to help him to de-stress after work.
If she can't, a heart attack could be right around the corner for Russell.
Now, stress not only affects your personal relationships, it not only affects your work relationships, it has a huge effect on the efficiency of your heart, it affects your blood pressure, and in order for you to get to 82, which is the life expectancy you want to reach, you're really needing to look at your stress levels at work, and I really want to help you with that.
Patricia's showing Russell a simple 5-minute relaxation technique everyone can do.
Shake out your hands a little bit. Actually shake that energy out. And then move up into your neck. Feel your neck. Move your head around just a little bit. Keep moving that head. And you're feeling the blood moving through your muscles. And you're letting go of all the stresses by doing that. But if you just open your eyes, how are you feeling?
Nearly asleep. I think the gaffer would be impressed if he caught me asleep then. No, I feel a load better. I feel well relaxed.
From my point of view, I'm asking you to do that 5 minutes a day, and we know that 6 years has been taken away from your life because of the stress levels. So 5 minutes a day is not a lot to ask to help give you back 6 years, is it?
No, not at all.
If you want to try this relaxation technique, start with your toes and work your way up. Tensing and releasing your muscles over a 5 to 10 minute period can help reduce your blood pressure. Next up, Patricia feels that Russell needs a more extreme technique to help him switch off after work. Patricia gets Russell to visualise a stressful situation at work and to then think of a phrase to yell out to that day.
You want me to shout, stuff it all?
Yeah.
I was right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll give you an example of it. Stuff it all, I was right. 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 Stuff it all, I was right.
You want me to do that?
I want you to do that. And you can get, it helps if you use your hands as well.
Right.
Stuff it all, I was right. Stuff it all, I was right. Stuff it all, I was right. Stuff it all, I was right. Stuff it all, I was right! Stuff it all, I was right!
So the next time that something like that happens and you can't say it at work and you are hugely frustrated, come to an isolated place like this and shout it out. Get it out of your system. Don't take it home with you.
All right.
Russell's not alone. Most people address the same old problems in the same old ways. But taking out just 10 minutes every day can lower your blood pressure, it can increase your sense of well-being, and in some cases, it can even save a marriage.
I've always been a non-believer of that sort of things, but obviously they're proven methods, and that now has opened my eyes a little bit, and I think I'll be putting that into practice a little bit more.
It's the end of week 2. Russell's become a disciple of Adam's new diet and has lost nearly a stone.
100% healthy meal.
You don't slack.
But temptation is still close by. Despite Russell's major health problems, Jackie's still feeding her son's junk food. And she isn't so evangelical about the new food as her husband.
I call it funny food, you know, if it's something I don't like, you know. If I was eating any of that on there, I would eat the tomato and a tiny little bit of that lettuce.
Look at that. Job in the town. 19 stone 3. So really pleased with that.
See how much weight I've lost, but thank you, Adam. I'm really fit and I'm getting about a lot quicker now. So thank you. I think I'm fading away. I'm fading.
So the new diet seems to be working. Now it's time for Adam to step it up with an exercise regime.
Well, Russell, the final part of this prescription is to start to get you to think about exercise. I know in the past you used to exercise a lot, and we need to reintroduce some of this. However, this is not where I want you to start. The reason for this is that these treadmills are very high impact, and at your current weight, you put risks to your hips and your knees through all the bashing of that type of exercise. So I don't want you to use high impact exercises. I either want you to use something like a cross trainer or a static bicycle.
40% of fatal heart attacks are associated with a lack of exercise. So it's not just a lifesaver, it also burns off calories, which helps weight loss. An hour on a cross trainer burns off 550 calories. And on a static bike, you can total 450 in an hour.
At the moment, you consume about 35,000 calories a week. That's about twice what I'd like to see you consuming. And if you're going to try and burn off all those calories from exercise alone, you'd be needing to do 60 hours of exercise a week. That clearly isn't possible. So to reduce your size, we're going to have to combine sensible diet we went through earlier on together with regular exercise. So 5 gentle cardiovascular sessions a week, first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, and 2 gym sessions a week doing the rest of your body.
Adam wants to set Russell a fitness challenge, so needs to evaluate just how unfit he is.
96, 97, 99, okay, 100. I want you to keep it there. Don't let it drop below 100. Go on, Russell. That's excellent, Russell. Go on. And for the last 15 seconds, we're just going to increase the tempo a little bit more.
Knackered. Knackered.
This just goes to show you can do it. And I'm pleased to see that because I've now entered you for a 30-mile bike ride in 4 weeks' time.
30 miles?
30 miles.
Bloody hell, I haven't done that in my life. 30 miles.
You'll be fine. I know you can do it.
Russell is halfway through his challenge to change the predicted day he dies. He lost 2 years from his life expectancy through lack of exercise. Now he's training for a 30-mile bike ride.
He's changed absolutely everything from day one, which is all very commendable. I wonder how sustainable it is.
It is down to being kicked into doing it. I've had a boot up my backside.
But this evening he faces his first major temptation, a family barbecue. The old Russell would have drunk himself into oblivion. The new Russell has different ideas.
Are you going to have a drink or? I'm going to have a couple of drinks. I might just have a little bit of a sip. I'm not going to go mad like, 'cause I just can't be bothered to undo all what I've done.
This is the first time he's seen his parents since starting his new regime.
Well, when you look like you have lost weight, haven't you?
They're
all telling me you have, and I couldn't believe it. Oh, you're gorgeous!
How was your holiday?
Look at him.
Nah, I just had a gob full enough. Why do people drink beer? I'd have to drop that and get onto the rosé.
In just 3 weeks, Russell appears to have lost his taste for beer. But is he about to replace it with a new passion?
Oh, that's lovely, that is.
Rock and roll.
As the party gets in full swing, Russell seems to have forgotten all of Adam's warnings about binge drinking.
It's Sicilian by Tesco. And I've just poured it into my glass, and I tell you what, it's really lovely.
Jack?
I've had probably a couple of 3 or 4, probably had 4 or 5. My days of drinking to abuse I've gone. No, and I'm not going to do it anymore.
It's the morning after the night before, and Russell's less than impressed with his own performance.
I feel a bit sore, actually. Guilty.
Sore where?
In my head. Now I feel a bit, I don't feel too bad, but I feel really guilty, terribly guilty.
How much do you think you drank last night?
Bottle and a bit, I suppose.
Oh, no. You did drink far more than that.
No, I didn't.
You don't realise.
I didn't, because I remember the 2 bottles opened and they were shared. They were shared bottles.
And then Clive went and got you a glass. You went in the kitchen and poured some more, then your mum opened another
10
bottle.
glasses of wine, if that. I couldn't have drunk more than that. 10 glasses of wine, if that. Which is stupid.
Back at the clinic, news of Russell's antics has caused concern.
It was Russell's first big test and he failed. He couldn't just stick to drinking 3 units and went on to guzzle more than anybody else at the party. My earlier warning obviously wasn't enough, so I'm going to have to give Russell the shock of his life whilst there's still time to do it.
1.8 million people in the UK are diabetic. It kills 33,000 of us every year. So Adam's taking Russell to meet someone who nearly became a fatal statistic. 15 years ago, Brian Baldwin, when he was the same age as Russell is now, was diagnosed with diabetes. Brian chose to ignore his condition and the experts. As a direct result, he had his right leg amputated below the knee and suffered a major heart attack.
Brian, this is Russell.
How'd you do?
How'd you do? You Russell, come have a seat
Not
over
too
here.
bad. Hello, love. I'm fine.
Thank you, Russell.
The reality is that Brian's life could be Russell's future.
After the initial shock of being diagnosed and saying go on a diet, after 2 weeks, that had completely gone out of my mind, and I just carried on living life as normal. And gradually, the illness was getting worse. I was told I'd never work again. I'm always out of breath, I can hardly walk. I find it another world where you're living like a disability person because of not taking the diabetes seriously. And I wish I had the opportunity 15 years ago that you're having today to say, this could happen to me. I am going to change my lifestyle. Is it a shock to you?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. As long as you put in your mind that it could happen to you, because in my mind, it weren't going to happen to me.
Just a bit shell-shocked, really. You just can't believe that from 42 to 57,
Yeah.
how fast it's took over you.
Okay, mate.
Yeah, thanks ever so much for that,
okay,
Brian.
Russell, son.
Done me the world of good,
Get
mate.
yourself
Cheers.
sorted, mate.
Thank you, I will.
mate.
I promise you I will.
Okay, let's just
See you soon.
With the number of diabetic deaths predicted to soar by 25% in the next decade, let's hope Adam's shock tactic has done the trick.
That was fucking grim, man. I feel terrible. I feel absolutely gutted. I just feel so mixed up emotionally. That has got to be.
Russell may be upset, but it's his wife Jackie who's the focus of Adam's next task.
For you, Jackie, the challenge is
What's coming?
to go home and empty your house of all the junk food, everything.
Fair enough.
So that's your challenge.
Yeah, that's my
to look
challenge.
after the family and look after
Yeah.
yourself, as well as looking
well
after
as
Russell.
I ain't never been so determined in doing anything, and that. Oh, God. That, what you've just done to me there, is the biggest lesson that I'll ever have. That is worth all the years at school, all the years at college, all the years at the fire service training. That has just blew it out of the water, I swear to God, man. Those 20 minutes just is definitely gonna make me be a different person.
Coming up, Russell finds out more tips to gain back the years.
I'm absolutely knackered. That last steel's killed me, man.
There's a family food fight.
I am
You
not
meant to
chucking
promise.
rubbish out now. We're doing chucking out in a minute.
Stuff away,
I
man.
don't want to do
Nothing
it.
to do with me.
And he finds out if it's all been worth it. 42-year-old firefighter Russell Ward is 5 weeks into his attempt to change the day he dies. He was given a predicted life expectancy of just 62, a long way short of the 82 years he wants to live to. The experts still have a wealth of knowledge to share on how to extend Russell's life, but only if he can pull out all the stops.
18.
Even though Russell's old eating habits could be killing him, Jackie isn't enthusiastic about Adam's advice to change the entire family's diet.
And I feel a bit invaded now. I really do. I'm not enjoying this.
I've been concerned about the kids. I've been concerned about the food that the kids eat. And I don't want them to eat boxed food. I don't want them to eat pizzas.
Jackie is going to need more than a warning from Adam to make her stop buying her sons the food they love.
She's made him 6 slices of white bread with butter on, with processed cheese slices in. That is fucking suicide, man. Because I'm telling you now, when I get home now and Jackie starts emptying them cupboards, there's nothing that comes wrapped in a box going to go in my house other than cereal for her.
I don't want to do this.
So, Tally, it's a big issue. She's
I
not going to
don't want
fucking
to
do it. Shouldn't have promised to do it then, should you?
I am
You
not
made the
chucking
promise.
rubbish out now. I wasn't promised to. This is Daniel. This isn't me.
This is your kid.
Yes, I know, but I am doing his sandwich. It's wholemeal bread. We're doing chucking out in a minute. We're not doing it now.
Fucking waste of time.
I don't want to talk about it.
That's why I ain't getting involved with throwing the stuff away.
I
mate.
don't want to do
Nothing
it.
to do with me.
Before she chucks out her son's favourite foods, she wants to talk to Russell.
When you were 17, 18, 19, 20, and somebody told you to change your lifestyle of eating, you wouldn't have listened to them. It's only because you're now 42 and Brian was 42 when he was diagnosed. It's hit you right between the eyeballs. I've got such a big responsibility over my head now because it's not just for me, it's making the decision for the boys. When he says get rid of all the stuff in the house that's junk, well that's fine, but without talking to the lads of what they've got to eat, I can't just go shopping and change their whole lifestyle without talking to them. I need to talk to them of what they like and what they don't like.
Love you.
Love you.
30 mile an hour.
How fast are you going, Russell?
18. 16. Fuck.
Whilst Russell gets into training for his 30-mile bike ride, Jackie's sons have agreed to let her throw away the junk food, most of which seems to belong to Russell anyway.
Jamaican ginger cake, one of Russell's favourites. Ice cream. I don't like ice cream, but Russell does, so I'll get rid of that. This is Russell's. The whole thing was Russell's.
Wow.
I don't know whether these are any good for you or not, but I've been dying to throw these away. These are Russell's pickled. You know, to throw something away that I've already paid good money for, that's upsetting, but you know, I've got to get over that and think it's for the best, really. So, you can't buy good health, can you? So.
Wind's full in my face. 12 mile an hour, it's just not fast enough. But it's an hard one.
There you go.
My arse is really hurting me. Thighs are hurting, they're pumping up. But I feel good. I'm on the home straight.
Come on! 2, 3, 4. Hello. 40 minutes. Well done.
Enjoyed it though.
Oh well, as long as you enjoyed it.
Tell you what,
Your bum's sore.
doing me, man.
It's week 5 of the challenge, and life coach Patricia Mitchell has brought Russell and Jackie to a beach near to where they dream of retiring.
I want you to write for me 2 obituaries. One on the basis of you having died at 62 and one on the basis of you having died at 82, which was the age that you said that you would feel content to die at? And I'm going to give you a little bit of time to write those down, and then come back and we'll read them out.
Right. 62. A loving father and husband taken from us prematurely. He lived a poorly and faithful life, but is now in peace. He will be missed by us all. Jackie, Charlotte, Dan, Jim, Dave and Dom. And that's it. Short one.
Yeah.
82?
Not good. Let's have a read of the 82.
I'm
I
not
don't
going.
like the 62.
No.
Let's have a read of the
82.
82.
Russell was taken from us after a long and fulfilled life. He loved life and enjoyed it to the full. It was always fun to be around and helped us live our lives to the full potential. He took life by the horns and fulfilled all of his dreams with his wife Jackie. His grandkids loved staying with him and Jackie down by the sea and always wanted to stay longer. God bless, from his paradise to God's paradise.
Oh, that's more what you wanted
That's
to
the
do.
one, innit?
Yeah.
To reaffirm his commitment to his new longer life, Russell reduces his first obituary to ashes.
How could you be stressed doing this? It'd be fantastic, wouldn't it?
Lovely.
It's Russell's final week, and he's taking Patricia's relaxation and stress techniques very seriously.
Big, strong hunk of a man, meditating. But yeah, it does work, so it's worth it.
And it's not just Russell who's on the road to enlightenment.
Sit like this. Put your feet straight, like that. Put your hands on your thighs there. Right, close your eyes, right, and concentrate just on your toes and start moving your toes. Keeping your eyes shut, just concentrate solely on your calves.
Completely different person, he's like a new person.
He's had a short, sharp shock to his system, and he realised that if it doesn't change, he's going to be ill.
He's inspired me now to lose some weight. Yeah, lifted our spirits again.
The big day has arrived, Russell's bike challenge. And the Warwickshire countryside is a sizzling 90 degrees.
It's very, very hot. Got my sun cream on, got my hat on, shorts on, so I'm ready to go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Cheers. Off we go. Come on, Russell, let's go, go, go! Let it go.
6 weeks ago, Russell was a couch potato, an inactive lifestyle which potentially took 2 years off his life. Today, he needs to prove to himself and the experts that he's fit enough to ride 30 miles in under 2 hours.
I'm feeling quite confident. Yeah, he'll do it, he'll do it. I don't know quite how long he'll do it in, but he'll do it.
Keep it going now.
Well done, babe.
Halfway.
Come on.
You're almost there, okay?
I've had a fifth wind. I'm absolutely knackered. That last still's killed me, man.
Just pull into here with the boys. Look at this.
Adam joins Russell for the home stretch, and at the finishing line, his family and friends are waiting. Russell's ridden 30 miles in just over 2 hours, a little more than hoped for. But it's been a much longer journey for him over the last 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's about 7 or 8 miles in. I just thought, what am I doing? I'm not going to do this. He's going to kill me.
6 weeks ago, 42-year-old Russell was predicted to die at just 62. Before the new results are revealed, his family play the guessing game.
I would say 80. Yeah, from up to when he's 80, yeah. That would be lovely, wouldn't it?
If he carries on as he has been doing, and he can stick to his guns, he should live to a ripe old age of 80, but I predict he's probably going to do about 75.
I think it'll be possible 20 years. 82 instead of 62.
But has Russell changed his life expectancy? He's about to find out.
What I can tell you is Russell's new life expectancy is 80 years.
So how did Russell get the years back? His medical tests such as blood pressure and body mass index have all been retaken, and lifestyle changes like reducing stress and diet are all taken into account. Starting from his old life expectancy of 62, we count upwards. Banishing junk food and a healthier diet could give 6 years back to his life. Stopping the binge drinking and better sleep patterns could add another 2. Losing weight, regular exercise and a healthier heart give another 5 years. A happier outlook, less conflict and reducing his stress levels may give him 5 more years. Russell's increased his life expectancy from 62 to 80. 6 weeks ago, Russell was a 20-stone heart attack waiting to happen. Now he's changed his diet, sweated off the pounds and got wife Jackie to throw out the junk food. Today he's 2 stone lighter, stopped the binge drinking, lowered his stress levels and added a potential 18 years to his life.
I'm really, really proud of you though. I am. And what a bonus to me to have you a bit longer.
Would you change the way you live your life if you knew the day you were going to die? Tonight, 29-year-old Tracy Harper's life goes under the microscope. She's got a serious drink problem. She's drinking well over 80 units a week. That's 6 times the recommended amount. On top of that, she's smoking 20 cigarettes a day.
And I'll probably just go out and do the same again the next night.
Her best friend Jo is terrified that Tracy's binge drinking lifestyle is killing her.
Well, Tracy is a complete nutter. She's a party girl. She doesn't like her own company. She can't stay in on her own. I am really worried and I can't see where this whole thing's going to go.
Tracy's not alone. 1.8 million women in the UK now drink above the recommended limit every week. Tracy drinks that almost every night.
It is worrying and I need to stop it. I definitely need to stop it.
In desperation to help Tracy, Jo has turned to the experts. At the Change the Day You Die clinic, Dr. Adam Carey and life coach Patricia Mitchell use cutting-edge American scientific research to predict the day she will die.
And on that piece of card, it's going to give you the predicted age that you're going to die.
Our experts have just 6 weeks to reveal to Tracy and millions like her in the UK just how to add back on the years for a healthier, longer life. Judgment Day for 29-year-old Tracy. She and best friend Jo are about to find out how many years her binge drinking, smoking and lack of exercise may take off her life. They're on their way to the Change the Day You Die clinic, where Dr. Adam Carey, nutritionist to the England rugby team, and life coach Patricia Mitchell will calculate her life expectancy. As if to prove a point, Tracy's hungover.
Yeah, we just like hit a few bars and got in at about 2, 3, something like that.
Of the hundreds of cases they've considered, the appeal of Tracy's is to try to find out exactly why such a bright young woman is on a path of self-destruction.
I think the biggest challenge for Tracy is to take responsibility for her own behaviour and her own actions and start acting on it.
If she doesn't start to wake up to this now, then she's going to do her body serious harm. Hi, Tracy. Come in, please come and have a seat. I'm Adam. And this is Patricia.
Hi, Patricia. Hi.
I guess the first question I've got for you is, why are you here?
Just for some motivation to try and give me a kickstart.
What kind of motivation do you think you're lacking then?
I know what I should be doing, but I just continue to try and block it out and just
because I do enjoy going out, but at the same time, I don't want to be doing it as often as I am.
Shall we see what some of your friends have to say about your lifestyle at the moment and see if that gives us any inkling, and then we'll have another little chat. Have a look at this here. Let's turn around.
If you ever want a night out, you just give Tracy a ring and she's up for it.
I'd say in the last year, she must have stayed in at home about 3 evenings.
When I go with Tracy, I know that I'm going to have a hangover the next day.
She loves a good night out and has loads of drinking mates, but it's best friends Emma and Joe who really care about her.
She's like a sister to me, and, you know, my mum says she's a part of our family.
Only child Tracy met Joe at Salford University 10 years ago, and when they graduated, the future looked bright for them both. A typical night out starts with a few drinks at home. Then she'll cruise some bars, get through nearly a packet of cigarettes, and end up legless in a club in the early hours of the morning. Although Joe and Emma may go out with her at the weekends, the difference is they know when to stop. Unlike Tracy, Joe and Emma both have boyfriends and like to stay in during the week. They've noticed that Tracy's boozing has got worse since she broke up with her last boyfriend.
I was in a relationship which was very destructive. Made me feel like I didn't have much to give to anything, basically, to my job, to my family, to my friends.
What's more, because Tracy is always out, she always eats out.
A diet is just a life of takeaways.
Her poor eating habits mean that at 7 stone 6 pounds, she is a stone underweight for her height of 5'6".
Cooking wouldn't fit into my lifestyle because I'm never at home.
Tracy, who works at an estate agent's, often struggles into work late with that morning after the night before feeling. She's drifting.
Never known what I wanted to do career-wise, and I know that I've got a good head on me. I think she needs a kick up the backside. I just need to believe in myself, basically. That's what I need to do.
Everyone likes a drink and a laugh, but Tracy just doesn't know when to stop.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to be going out. I don't want to do it.
Well, to me, you feel very lost.
What I'm seeing there is a very lovely, sweet girl, but your behaviour is not that of a lovely, sweet girl. The behaviour that I'm seeing, and I think Adam would agree with me on this, is the behaviour is of somebody who's lost, but worse than that, it's destructive behaviour. Because you're saying that you don't want to be doing what you're doing virtually every single night of the week.
When you go to sleep at night, what do you think of?
I'm normally drunk, so I don't think anything.
What we need to do now is to do some basic medical assessments just to find out how well or unwell you might be, and make sure there's nothing serious going on. And then with that, we can use that information together with the other information we have to calculate the day you might die.
Okay.
You want to come with me and we'll just start those investigations? Just going to go through to the office.
To calculate her life expectancy, Adam needs to run some medical tests. First, it's her heart rate, which should beat 72 times a minute. Tracy's is normal. Next is body mass index, which measures height over your weight to assess safe weight levels. A healthy range is 20 to 25. So at under 20, Tracy is underweight. The experts use an exclusive calculator developed by leading US medical scientist Dr. Pearls, who studied people who lived to 100. As well as physical tests, they also input the results of a lifestyle questionnaire. From Tracy's family's medical history to her sleeping patterns and how she copes with stress, it all goes towards working out the predicted day she will die.
I've got butterflies in my tummy. I think I've got all Tracy's nerves. She just seems absolutely fine. But when she goes in there and they actually tell her the day she's going to die, it'll definitely make her think.
What I'd like you to do on the card in front of you is to write down how long you would like to live to. Don't show me, put the card down on the table. That's it, face down. Tracy, on this card, I'm going to write the predicted age that you're going to die. Will you pass me your card across the table? Just slide it across. Leave that in front of you.
So on this card is how long you'd like to live. You'd like to live until you're 100.
Yep.
That's a very old age.
Mm.
I'd like you to turn the card in front of you over. Tracy, currently, we predict you're going to live until you're 62. And further, I can tell you the date you're going to die is likely to be the 27th of May, 2038. That's a long way from 100.
Mm. Yeah.
So what do you see as changing from today that's going to make sure and ensure you a longer life?
I think really me getting my priorities right, being more realistic.
We're on a train at the moment and you're heading full steam to that. Full steam, no turnaround, nothing. That's where you're going. And you're careering towards a big accident.
Yeah. But I will live longer than 62. I'm not going to be like this. I'm not. It's not.
Good.
I'm not going to let it happen. No way.
Good. Okay. I think you should go and see Joe and go and have a chat. Okay.
So where did all those years go? The average healthy woman in the UK can expect to live to 89. Tracy's binge drinking is potentially taking 7 years off her life. Pressures at work, bad sleep patterns and alienation from her family account for 8 years. Smoking and cancer running in the family costs her 5 years. And eating takeout food, not eating regularly and a lack of exercise loses Tracy 7 years, leaving her with a final life expectancy of just 62 years.
First thing that I thought was, my God, that's like so much younger than my mum and dad. Like my mum's 69, my dad's 73, and they say I'm going to die at 62. And I just thought, it's stupid. And it's my fault as well. I will live bloody longer than that, Joe. You will. Do you know what I mean? I know I will.
So how do the experts plan to change the predicted day Tracy may die?
Binge drinking is costing her 7 years of her life expectancy and already damaging her liver. It's her biggest problem and my top priority.
Tracy's self-confidence is shattered. I want to show her how she can become one of life's high achievers.
Nicotine's horribly addictive and smoking kills 120,000 people every year. Tracy has to quit before it causes her permanent damage.
Partying every night has cost her 12 years. That's too big a price to pay. I'm going to make sure she stays in at least 3 nights a week.
She's a stone underweight from a diet of white wine and kebabs, so I'll be prescribing 3 meals a day and to find some exercise that she'll actually enjoy.
Still to come on Change the Day You Die. Tracy ignores the experts.
This is me off the wagon.
And gets a shock. Patricia pushes her to the limit.
Don't give up now.
Ow! But will our experts' trade secrets extend Tracy's life? 29-year-old Tracy Harper has just found out that she's predicted to die at 62, 38 years younger than she had hoped for.
It's my fault because I'm doing it to me.
Her binge drinking has already caused early signs of liver damage. On top of that, she smokes and lives on junk food. Our experts have just 6 weeks to turn Tracy's life around so she can live long enough to enjoy the future she wants, to settle down with the man of her dreams. Tracy and best friend Joe are on their way back to Manchester. The trip to the clinic has had a big impact.
It was good for me, seeing me do what I do. Because you've seen what, all along what I've only just seen myself.
Exactly, and I think, you know, for Emma and I, it's really sad to see such a lovely person deteriorate, because that's what's happened. I'll see you soon. You're going to be okay. Definitely. Take care.
As Jo goes, Tracy is on her own once more.
I go out probably 6 nights out of 7 in a week. Easily 7 sometimes. I always need to know that I'm doing something after work. The thought of coming home after work and not having anything to do, I hate that. I absolutely hate it. I'll be texting everybody, emailing people all day, you know, what are they doing? And I always like to have plans and know that I'm not going to be coming home and just doing nothing.
Well, Tracy,
Tonight, Tracy already
I've
has
got a
an
little
arrangement.
surprise for you in here.
Dr. Adam Carey has arrived in Manchester, and his first task is to look at her alcohol problem.
Up to you. Binge drinking is now a national pastime, but alarmingly, the number of female binge drinkers has tripled in the last 5 years. Tracy's one of them, and today I'd like her to see how badly she's abusing her body. This, along the bar, is the number of glasses of wine and other drinks that you would have in a whole week.
I can't believe that I drink that much.
But she does. In an average week, Tracy has been drinking over 80 units. That's 12 bottles of beer, 35 glasses of wine and 35 shots of gin.
Do you think you're an alcoholic?
No. No.
But I don't think you're very far away from that.
I do. I think that's just me going out enjoying myself a little bit too much. I think that's
A little bit too much. I think this is you going out on the piss and getting absolutely plastered almost every night of the week. In here, we've got about 530 ball bearings. And every single night that you do this, you lose this many brain cells forever. And so if you have any hope of living past the age of 62, then you need to get control of this, because this is not a joke.
There's no alcohol ban, but Tracy is limited to 14 units a week. But she's only allowed to drink up to 2 units in any one day, the equivalent of 2 small glasses of wine. She needs to stop eating takeaways and replace with 3 healthy meals a day, including 5 portions of fruit and vegetables. His next challenge is her smoking.
Tracy told me she's cut down on her smoking, but that's just not good enough. It's taking 2.5 years off her life expectancy, and I want her to stop for good. This is the amount of tar in the cigarettes that you have consumed to date. So all that tar's there. But unfortunately, this is now the amount of tar in the cigarettes that you will consume by the age of 62, when all of this actually kills you.
Okay. Oops.
It's a lot of tar.
It is a lot of time.
Do you know what all this tar does to you?
Clogs your arteries.
The tar will cause emphysema, cancer, cardiac disease. In fact, there's a list as long as your arm of all the diseases that smoking and tar cause. Do you know what emphysema is?
No.
Emphysema is where the structure of your lung breaks down into great big bullous formations which fill with mucus, from which you then drown. So you drown in your own mucus. So for you, the trick is to first of all think of yourself as a non-smoker. Secondly, to pick a day when you're going to stop smoking, and then do it one day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
What's your date? When are you going to stop smoking?
Today?
Today.
Yeah.
So that cigarette you had earlier on today was your last cigarette.
Yeah.
Today, the day that you stop smoking
Yeah.
and start to live the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
Adam wants Tracy to pick a date and quit smoking. If you want to stop, contact your GP, try nicotine patches, or a qualified hypnotherapist. Alternatively, if you have a friend or a family member who smokes, support each other by giving up together.
So, Trace, did you have a drink today? Alcoholic drink?
No, I've not had an alcoholic
Not
drink
one?
today. Not even one. I didn't even want one. It's like, no.
Well done.
Yeah. So what's in... I'm not that bored. It's like, Jesus, I can't go a day without having a drink. Oh my God. No, this is orange cordial.
So what happened yesterday?
And they took me in a bar, showed me how much alcohol I consume in one night, which was something like 4 glasses of wine, 4 gin lime lemonade, and maybe 1 or 2 bottles of Corona. And they lined them up all along the bar over the space of a week's worth of what I drink, the amount of times I go out.
So 7 days worth or 6?
I think, yeah, about 5 or 6 days worth, and it worked out something like 72 units. I don't know how I could drink all that and not be sick. It was just like, oh my God, where does it all go?
Absolutely, and not really suffer from hangovers because you're so used to it now.
I know.
After Joe has gone, Tracy's on her own again.
I've always wanted to be around people. When I was younger, as I say, because of just living with me, my mum and my dad, I always wanted to be around other people's houses where, you know, big families where it was always people coming in and out all the time, and never wanted to go home just because it was so quiet and there wasn't anybody else around. Just, I suppose, because I'm not content with the stage in my life where I'm at. Even like when I'm tired and things, I find it hard to sleep. So that's probably why I just go out and keep drinking and...
Having delved into Tracy's past, Patricia comes up with an idea to put a spring back into her step.
I want Tracy to find a new social life that doesn't involve drinking, and to remind her that she was a winner when she was an Irish dance champion, so I've arranged for a few classes for her.
Hello, Tracy. Welcome to the Morgan School.
Margie knew Tracy when she was a champion dancer in her teens.
Do you think you can remember very much? Turn 2, 3, 4, 5 and a 1. Double knee down and lift and down. Stretch, stretch, back 2, 3 and point and back. She's doing really well. I mean, as we expected, once you've been a dancer of that standard, you don't forget how to dance.
Oh, I love it though, honest to God. I really do wish I'd never bloody give it up, but I did do this.
For any child to reach the heights that Tracy reached, and she was a world medal winner, she struck me as being a girl with a fair amount of drive herself. She's certainly very, very underconfident for the girl that I knew.
It's the start of week 2 and Tracy's off for a girls' weekend in Cornwall. But will it all be too much of a temptation to go back to her old drinking habits, especially as Joe won't be there to keep her in line? Tracy holds out for 2 nights. But on the 3rd night, will she fall off the wagon? Will socialising and flirting on soft drinks have the same allure?
Tonight I have drank wine and a few bottles of Corona.
And she doesn't stop there.
This is me off the wagon. Mike's up and off the wagon. Oh. Oh, for sake. Smoking my head off. Okay, is that Adam Curry? Is it Curry? I don't even know what his name is. Oh,
So how much over her limit did Tracy drink last night?
1 glass of wine, maybe 3 gins and maybe about 2 or 3 Coronas over. So, yeah, I did completely exceed my limits, what he told me to. But I intended to, because it was my holiday, so...
Back up north, Tracy regains her title as Manchester's #1 party girl.
I think I'm having my whole 14 units in this one night. I am, and
She needs to be shocked once more if she really has a chance of changing the day she dies. So Adam's task is to try and get her back on track.
The fact is, her drinking and smoking are taking 9.5 years off her life expectancy. And I'm here tonight to remind Tracy that her party girl lifestyle is slowly but surely killing her.
It's Friday night in Manchester. The clubs and bars are packed. But Adam's taking Tracy somewhere very different. They're going to the A&E ward at the Manchester Royal Infirmary, the front line for drunken action at weekends. By 1 in the morning, things are hotting up. The casualties of drink are rolling in. There are 150,000 hospital admissions every year in the UK as a result of alcohol abuse.
People wee on the floor, and there's been a couple of girls that just pull the trousers down, sat on the seat, and, you know, obviously they've got holes in the seat.
Oh my God, so they think they're in the toilet?
Yeah, and it's just all over the floor. Yeah. It looks like she's fallen over and fallen into a puddle or something, but they often do wet themselves when they fall over. With her, there's a high risk of her vomiting and then inhaling the vomit again.
God, I really do admire you for doing it because we'd be lost otherwise, but this, God, it's not something I could do at all.
By 2:30 in the morning, Tracy's had enough. She feels she's more than got the message.
That girl crying has got nothing to do with me and the programme. I'm not answering any questions.
Tracy may have hated the visit, but it seems to have done the trick.
It was a horrible experience. Probably one of the worst I've experienced in my whole life. I absolutely hated it, and it's certainly not a place I want to end up as a result of alcohol.
Tracy was shocked by the A&E ward. But she had a greater shock when she went to work the following Monday morning.
Went into work, was halfway through the day, got called into the office, was told that my attendance, sickness record wasn't very good. I'd been late on several occasions and that I didn't fit in within the company, and I was therefore no longer needed.
Like a lot of people, Tracy is finding it hard to be told what to do. But with her predicted death at 62, will she take on the experts' advice?
I want to show you something, and I want you to tell me what happened here.
This is me off the wagon, mic'd up and off the wagon. Oh, I'm smoking my head off. Is that Adam Curry? Is it Curry? I don't even know what his name is.
Tracy, that happened after the clinic. Justify that to me.
I thought, I'm going on a little breakaway with my friends, you know. I want to, I suppose, enjoy myself and let my hair down.
I've got no evidence currently that you are going to continue with the regime that we've set in place with you. Did you see what you look like then?
Yeah, I did, and it wasn't very nice. It's down to me, you know, whether I want to go back to that or whether I want to actually sort myself out.
I don't think you're telling me the full truth, Tracy, and I need for you to see the truth.
Yeah. Oh my God, I have really stuck to my 14 units this week. I think I'm having my whole 14 units in this one night. I am, and Right, that's me exaggerating. There's no way I drank 14 units in one night.
I don't trust that your counting is that good when it comes to how much you're drinking. To be honest, that's what I see, Tracy. And I want to know what it is, what mechanism kicks in that you suddenly go, to hell with it, I'm going to have another one. And then to hell with it, I'm going to have another one.
I can go out and have a civilised drink. I do it more than go out and get absolutely hammered.
But you can't deny. But you can't deny what I saw in Newquay, and you can't deny what I saw in the streets of Manchester.
Maybe it's just the things that are missing in your life that makes you do that.
And that's why we want you to concentrate on the things that are missing in your life in order for you to be more and more and more distanced from that binge drinking. Tracy's really hit rock bottom now. If she's any chance of changing the day she dies, I need to rebuild her shattered self-confidence.
People with fierce determination think that they can do anything, but Tracy doesn't. So Patricia wants her to scale this 100-foot wall to prove to herself that she too can succeed when challenged.
I'll try. Oh, Jesus, I can't believe that.
I know, I'm thinking where I can put my hands. My arms aren't strong enough.
They are, Tracy. Your arms are strong enough. Well done. Ow. Don't give up now.
Tracy makes good progress, but it's at the second daunting overhang that she begins to struggle.
Ow. You're doing so well. Well done. Well done.
Stand up now.
Stand.
Has she left enough strength for one more push to the prize?
Let your feet take it. Grab that prize, Tracy. You've done it.
Right, can I come down? Oh my God, thank you.
You got a bit stuck, but you got the prize. How does that feel? You succeeded, Tracy.
I know, yeah, I'm glad I got it. It was frightening though, it was a bit scary.
It just goes to show that everything that you prize in your life is achievable. Yeah. Stopping the binge drinking, having the dream job, having a life like your friend Jo.
I'm glad I've succeeded, but it was just scary just doing it, but I'm glad I have now.
Tracy didn't give up, proving it's worth setting goals. When you succeed, it gives your confidence a massive boost.
Because I never believed I could do that.
Finally, Tracy is really taking on board the experts' advice. Appalled by casualties at the A&E ward and shocked when Patricia showed her falling off the wagon, she has a new determination. For the first time in 2 years, she's staying in and cooking a meal for her friends.
So I wonder what she's going to make.
I'm sure it'll be all right. Can't be too hard. Just need to make sure that I cook the chicken properly. I wouldn't have wanted to do this 3 months ago. I would have rather have gone out straight from work and got drunk, basically.
There's only so much both of us could do. We tried being nice, we tried being there for and listening, we tried the shouting at her and telling her the facts straight and trying to get some sense into her, but we just weren't getting anywhere, were we?
Everybody think I had the Queen coming round.
Tracy's her family, is her friends, and we're an extension of her family, and that's the way she sees it, and that's the way, you know, we are with her, aren't we?
Oh, you're right.
It smells good!
Yum, yum. Is it all right?
It tastes yummy, isn't it nice?
One of the reasons why I don't want to go out as much is because watching the film of myself when we was all out, I just seen how bad I looked, and I looked absolutely knackered. I really did, and I just looked a mess, and it was just horrible. And I thought, I didn't actually realise that I looked like that, because you guys could probably see it for God knows how long, but I couldn't. But when you see it for yourself and you're watching yourself.
Mm-hmm. And do you think the shock tactics have helped that? Do you think they've worked?
The shock tactics have definitely worked. That's what I needed. That's because I knew what I was doing all along, but I knew that I needed a kick up the bum to bloody do something about it, and that's why I wanted to do the programme in the first place. And there was no better a shock tactic than seeing me, what I was like. Oh my God, I hated it. It was just horrible. It really was horrible.
And the verdict on the meal?
Presentation was wonderful. I was a little bit alarmed when I saw the balsamic vinegar. However, it worked a treat.
Jo is a real rock. That girl never stops having faith in me. She never stops trying. She never stops pushing. And I know she will always be there. And that means so much. That really does mean so much.
It's week 4 and things are finally coming together for Tracy. She's managing to stay out of her old haunts, to give herself a real chance of changing the day she is predicted to die. Boosted by her success on the climbing wall and rediscovering her passion for Irish dancing, Tracy sets about finding a job with renewed confidence. Jo helps her out with her CV.
Instead of this position, I put my role involved. Put your Irish dancing down, because you're doing that now, aren't you? I was 6th in the world at Irish dancing.
And instead of eating junk food and boozing every day, it's salad and dance practice. Tracy's even cut her 20 cigarette a day habit right down to just one on the odd evening, and certainly not indoors.
This is my first cigarette of the day. I've normally had either half or one by now. So this has been my record so far. What time is it? 7:30, and it's my first fag. I felt much better in the mornings actually. I've been getting up, my chest hasn't been nowhere near as bad, I've really noticed the difference there.
Coming up, can Dr. Carey show Tracy how to stop booze and fags ruling her life? It's a two-step life coach guide to finding love. And will her life expectancy rise from 62 to Tracy's desired 100? Tracy Harper, Manchester's version of Bridget Jones, is 5 weeks into her attempt to change the day she dies. She's giving up the party girl image and learning how to be an adult. She needs to add back the years to reduce the chances of dying at the predicted age of just 62.
I think one of the reasons Tracy is drifting through life is that she's waiting for a long-term relationship, and she's not on her own. 48% of the adult population are single. But I want to show Tracy that dating is possible without copious amounts of alcohol.
I always thought I would be married by the time I was 30. I am getting on now. So yeah, God, I really do want to be settled down. I've had plenty of years to have my phone and to be in relationships, but none of them have worked out. This is a whole new experience for me, feeling that I do want someone there.
Now, I'm not trying to marry you off or anything, but I do think a stable relationship would add years back to your life, and at the end of the day, that's exactly what I'm here for.
Patricia's introducing Tracy to love, the instant gratification way, speed dating. She has selected 8 possible men for her. The prize this time is a date with Tracy. The boys have got just 3 minutes to prove their worth. No pressure then.
I'm Stephen.
Nice to meet you, Stephen, yeah.
You're right.
So have you travelled far then to come here?
No, from South Manchester.
If you're single like Tracy, 53% of lonely hearts still find love through friends. The cost of an average date is £200, and men spend almost 10 times more on a date than women. The average Bridget Jones pre-date preening cost the girls on average £90. And take what you will from this, but if a man gets married, he gains a year to his life. If a woman marries, she loses a year.
What, are you the quiet one, the shy one, or in between?
Well, at the moment, I'm the drunk one.
Tracy's laughing is quite contagious. When people are laughing, you can't help but create a more positive impression about yourself.
So, how old are you, Seth?
I'm 28.
Oh, and what do you do?
I work with my dad. She's really nice, she's lovely. Out my league.
How's your day been?
It's been good, been cutting grass, plenty of grass to cut.
Okay, what do you do?
I'm a gardener.
15% of the single people in Britain are using speed and internet dating these days. It's a big business, so you've got to invest in making sure that you get it right.
So where do you come from?
I come from Australia, Perth, Western Australia. Okay. So we're a bit different to the other guys over here.
So what about your family back home? Do you miss them?
I miss my dad a lot.
Me dad, are you picking the accent up? Me dad.
Come on, give me a break here. It's hard enough being Australian. You don't have to take the piss, really. Come on. Sorry.
They were getting on a little too well. So Tracy, out of all the lovely gentlemen that you have here tonight, who is it that you would like to go on a date with?
Right, I picked Jason.
You may not have won the Ashes, but you won Tracy's attention. Let's put it like that. I'm not going any further than that.
Okay then, Jason, where are you going to take me on our date?
I'd rather basically cook dinner for you.
I was really impressed that Tracy chose the home-loving guy. It confirms to me that taking alcohol out of the equation empowers Tracy to make more adult decisions. I think she's made a really positive step for the future.
It's week 6 and Jason stuck to his word. He's invited Tracy round for dinner.
The destructive relationship that I was in prior to this, it's sort of, I don't know, made me lose a lot of confidence, and it has made me feel like I do need someone really. But I've never had any problems before being single. I've loved it, but this time it's probably not what's best for me right now.
Hey, how are you?
I'm okay.
I'm all right, how are you? I'm fine. Come in. House a bit of a mess. I started chefing when I was 16 through school.
Ah, right.
Actually, I got into it because it was a girls' school.
You get the big one then.
No, well, they're both the same size. I chose it because it was the same size, you. Tell you what.
I'm picking on him.
You are picking on me already, you know what I mean? It started, that's how we first got together, was picking on each other.
They're off to a good start.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I really love this mash. It was gorgeous.
The date couldn't be better for Tracy. A healthy meal, good company, and not too much to drink.
I think she enjoyed it. Well, I hope she enjoyed it. And I think Tracy's just wonderful.
The date went really, really well last night.
She's stunning. She's gorgeous. Could see something happening, hopefully, in the future.
Definitely mum material to take home to your mum, definitely.
Life's on the up. She's got a new job in property, she's getting serious about exercising, and her Irish dancing is improving, which can only mean one thing. Oh yes, a public performance.
Oh God, I'm knackered now.
I've set her the final challenge of performing live in front of an audience for the first time in 13 years.
It's the final day of Tracy's 6-week journey, and Adam and Patricia are working out her new life expectancy.
Smoking has not completely stopped, but it's diminished to the point of stopping, and I think she's almost ready to quit, which is excellent.
That's good news, isn't it? Her Irish dancing has not just kept her out of the bars, it's made her really so much fitter.
And that's a long way from where she started. It's been a tough 6 weeks for Tracy. She's had to cut down on the booze and face up to the effects of the demon drink. To tackle her addiction to cigarettes, she was shown just what she's doing to her body and learnt that she's got it in her to succeed. It's the evening of the big day. Tracy's going to learn if she's managed to win back some years and change the predicted day she dies. Tracy's dressed traditionally for her Irish dancing performance.
I'm just getting very excited, and we've been here about 40 minutes and I've not managed to look at her yet, other than just then, which I think I did see somebody in a bright blue dress, which I'm thinking maybe her. So yes, it's going to be brilliant.
She's like, she's in the corner.
I'm feeling very nervous. I can't believe I'm doing this actually. My friends have never ever seen me dance, and they are going to laugh their heads off.
This is a big chance for Tracy to prove herself again in front of an audience. If she can rise to the challenge, I'm hoping that it will build her confidence and serve her well for the rest of her life.
Tonight we're going to see the culmination of 6 weeks hard work. I was quite shocked when I first saw her because she looked very bedraggled, very worn out, and looked very much as if she was having too much of a good time. So we've been giving her a 6-week programme, getting her back into Irish dancing, and this is the final outcome. So could you welcome on stage, please, Tracy Harper.
I think a new age will be 80. 75.
79.
94 years of age. 87.
Tracy, I thought that was absolutely fantastic, and in the time I've known you, I don't think I've ever seen you look so happy and so radiant. Now, for Tracy, this has been a long road. 6 weeks ago, we sat her down and predicted that she was going to die when she was only 62. Only 62. Now, since then, many things have changed in Tracy's life. Today, we're able to give Tracy her new predicted life expectancy. Tracy, your new life expectancy is...
So how did she gain those years back? Starting from her old life expectancy of 62, we count upwards. Cutting down on smoking and exposure to second-hand smoke potentially adds 3 years. Better sleep patterns and reducing stress may give her back 4 years. A better diet and more exercise could gain her a further 3 years. Lifestyle factors, including a more positive outlook to life and work, add another 4 years. Stopping binge drinking could have the biggest impact, gaining her back 5 years. Tracy increased her life expectancy from 62 to 81.
We've got another surprise for you tonight, Tracy, so don't worry about it. It's not that bad.
Oh my God!
Number 6.
Oh my God!
6 weeks ago, Tracy was lost and confused with no direction in her life.
You've done it!
Since then, she's managed to make a huge change in her social life. She now entertains her friends at home. She's got a new job she likes, cut down on the cigarettes, and has stopped the binge drinking. And seems to have started a new positive relationship.
Say no more.
You know, it really has made me think twice, put things into perspective and just sort myself out, basically. So I'm certain I'll definitely live till 81.
She's just glowing a lot more and she's not completely shattered like she was before. She's living for her future and prolonging her future.
I am absolutely delighted with Tracy's progress. I don't think I really need to say too much. I think the evidence and the proof is in what we saw today with Tracy.
Oh, it's been one heck of a journey. It's all ending on a high, and that's exactly what it's all been about.